Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for Friday, the 31st of August, last day of August, coming up tomorrow as we move into September, as we move into the 3-day holiday weekend. Should be pretty quiet after the morning time hours tomorrow. So would expect the afternoon to be kind of dead and a ghost town. We'll see how that plays out tomorrow. Let's go ahead and show you what happened in the markets today. The VIX. All right, going by percent change up for the day. The VIX climbing here. We got a 13 handle, almost a 14 handle on the VIX. Volatility may be coming back in the markets. Oil closed above $70 a barrel today. Oil moving up 1% for the day. USO, the ETF for light sweet crude oil, up about 0.5%. The XOP was up about 0.5% for today. The IBB and the XBI kept climbing up fractionally today, so they stayed on the positive side. The small caps, the micro caps, the IWC up fractionally for the day. Everything else pretty much red for the day. The Qs were down fractionally. The NASDAQ Composite was down 21 points for the day. The Dow Jones Industrials dropped 138 points for the day. Let me bring this up so you can see it better. The Dow Jones dropped 137 points for the day, down about 0.5% for the day. The S&P 500, we were down about 13 points, down fractionally on the S&P 500. Like we said, the NASDAQ down 21, down fractionally there on that. As far as the small caps, they actually were holding up pretty good throughout the day, because the reason I know that is because I tried to trade a TZA into the close today, and the gosh darn thing just wouldn't move. So I took like a 4-cent loss on TZA because I didn't want to hold it overnight. But the small caps remained pretty strong, holding above the 5 EMA here on the IWM. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY chart. The SPY chart holding above the 5 EMA. We pulled down to the lows here. The 5 EMA on the daily chart is at 289.65. So that was our low, I believe, for the day. Yeah, 289.63 was the low on the SPY. Let's go ahead and look at the intraday action on the SPY. So, on my charts, the SPY starts trading at about 4:05 a.m., 4 o'clock a.m. So they were moving us down, gapping us down this morning. We came down to about that 290.75 area. When the market in pre-market, we did bounce a little bit. As the market opened up, we get that volatility in the open, but then the bulls started to take over a little bit, and we were trading to the long side. But we did a Tesla short, but we were trading mostly to the long side as the SPY was holding above VWAP on the 5-minute chart. So we were playing to the long side and catching some good winners. We'll go over those in a second. Then we broke down through VWAP. We came back down to that 290.50 area. We bounced off that, pushed us back up, and then this is when it hit. Trump comes out and says starting next week, they're probably going to start the $200 billion in tariffs on China. So, going into the 3-day weekend, that's all traders needed to hear, and they started pushing the SPY down. And as you can see, we got down to that 5 EMA off the daily chart there. They bounced it off that, but into the after hours here, we are kind of grinding down on the SPY. So that was your SPY action for the day. Let's go ahead and look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, some earnings that came out after the bell, courtesy of the trade exchange built for traders by traders. Ulta earnings per share beat by 6 cents, revenues in line. Didn't like what they heard, so they're pushing Ulta down. They reiterates their full year 2018 guidance for diluted EPS growth in the low 20% range. Comparable sales increased 6.5%. So they didn't like what they heard on Ulta, so they're pushing that one down. Lulu was a different story. LULU, Canadian company. That one is pushing up strong in the after hours on Lulu. They had earnings per share beat by 20 cents, revenue beat by 20 cents. So it looks like they caught the shorts on the wrong side here. So they're moving that one up in the after hours on Lulu. NTNX came out with earnings after the bell tonight. They beat by 10 cents, beat on revenue. They didn't like what they heard there, and they're moving it down on that one. AMBA earnings per share beat by 11 cents, and revenue beat. So AMBA having a nice earnings there, but something there that they said they didn't like that, and they're pushing AMBA down in the after hours. As far as some other stocks with earnings, we had a software company, ZUO. This one I think goes, this is a recent IPO also, and their lockup begins tomorrow. So that means directors and whatnot will have the opportunity to sell some shares. So ZUO earnings per share and revenue beat, but down in the after hours. COO earnings per share miss by 8 cents, revenue beat on COO. Um, Okay, here's Ultra Beauty shares drop on weak guidance. Lulu shares soar more than 7% on blowout same-store sales growth. That was from CNBC. Yext had earnings, another one of those software companies. That one is trying to bounce and hold above 24 in the after hours at the moment. Yext, they beat by a penny, beat by revenue. Trump was being interviewed on Bloomberg television. Let's see. Trump says he does not regret appointing Powell as Fed chairman. Trump threatens to withdraw from the WTO if it doesn't shape up. Other comments thinking about linking capital gains taxes to inflation. So some comments there from President Trump on Bloomberg television. We also had Trump rejecting Europe offer on tariffs. They wanted to take the tariffs off on cars, but Trump not liking something. So the Europeans' offer for no auto tariff is not good enough. That's from Trump on Bloomberg. EU, almost as bad as China on trade. It's just smaller. Another comment from Bloomberg. President Trump, trade deal with Canada may come by Friday or within a period of time, but will come. All right, other comments that he made. Many people think antitrust issue with Google, Facebook, Amazon. Trump declines to say if Google, Amazon, Facebook should be broken up during that interview. We also had AOBC come out with earnings after the bell. This is the old Smith and Wesson, so they had a beat. So that stock moving up in the after hours. Crone, if you were trading today, you know that Citron came out saying that Crone is a fraud. So he was interviewed on CNBC at around 5:25 Eastern Time PM tonight, and he came out sticking to his guns on Crone, saying that he thinks the stock is going to go to $3.50. He's still short it. So he's the one that kind of knocked CRON down. That's Citron Research. Andrew left. And so big move down here on CRON. Trump also comments making that U.S. Is studying if to label China a currency manipulator. So that comes out also from that Trump interview. And then lastly, Amazon becomes the most shorted U.S. stock, taking Tesla's place as the car maker's shares fall. All right, so Amazon today, right, cleared above 2,000. If you watched the video last night, told you that Amazon was getting up over 2,000. Today it went up as high as I think it was 2,000. Let's see what the high was today. 2,000 and about that $25 area, and then we slowly ticked off. But we held that 2,000 area into the close, and then in the after hours here on Amazon. But it has become the most shorted stock, and that from Reuters. All right, let's go ahead and get into that watch list for tomorrow. Stock that's going to be on our watch list for tomorrow is this Galt. We actually traded this today. Got a trade in this over $5.70. It broke out through that 575 spot right here. You're looking at a 5-minute chart, and we got a beautiful move up all the way up to about $6.50. Never put us in jeopardy, stopping us out on Galt. Another one that we traded today was SSC. That stock, we got it in over that 415 spot right here, and the stock moved up to $4.50 on SSC. That'll also be on watch again for tomorrow. VKTX was really nice to us today. VKTX got up over this $12.25 spot here on VKTX. This stock will be on watch for tomorrow. It pushed all the way up over $13 a share on VKTX. Another stock that we traded today in the service at Zozo Stockwatch was CRM. It was mentioned on CNBC, so we were watching it. We took it over that 151.75 spot. The stock pushed up to over 153.50, so that will be on watch again for tomorrow. Some other stocks that we'll have on watch for tomorrow. This AMRS had a nice move. Specialty chemical company, 2.7 million shares. Right underneath that 850 number. The high on this stock was 845. Good closing candle here above all the fast moving averages. So we'll have AMRS on watch. ARCI, we'll be watching this one. 1.4 million shares, expanding volume the other day. They popped it up to $1.50. Kind of an inside day here, closed near the highs. The high on this was $1.16 today, so ARCI will be on watch for tomorrow. BIOC starting to turn the corner back up. BIOC trading at 387, so this one will be on watch maybe intraday to see if they can get some kind of continuation move in that one. BLIN did not trade this at all today. 14.9 million shares came into this. We'll see if this one can set up intraday on BLIN. They moved it all the way up to about $1.80 on that name. CATB, an under $1 name, 3.1 million shares traded in that one. Has a high of 84 cents today, so maybe 85 cents gets CATB moving up. EKSO had some volume come into it today, 1.3 million shares. Popping today, 1.3 million shares, holding above the 200 SMA, holding back above now the 10 SMA. So keep an eye on this one if it can take out the highs today, which were around $2.81 EKSO. Still watching ENDP to see if we can get up over that 1690 area on this name, and then maybe the push through 17. Galt, like I said, we'll be watching that one. GBR oil has been getting back up over $70 a barrel. Watch this GBR if it can clear $2.50. All right, some expanding volume there. HAIR, never traded this before, but was getting some volume today. It is spready intraday though, so be careful of it. 1.1 million shares, has that 250 number up ahead. It's trying to get up over the 50 SMA, which is at 262. I don't know if it's going to do that tomorrow, but we'll have it on watch. HTGM popping here, 1.6 million shares, has that 425 number up ahead. HTGM, keep an eye on that. IMGN, keep an eye on this one, 1.7 million shares. The high today was 1028. We'll see if this one wants to make a move. Biotechs have been very strong. INSY didn't get anything in this one today. Big move up, huge volume, 12 million shares in this one. We'll see if there's some kind of pullback to play this on an intraday chart. IZEA curling up, got over the 100 SMA. Volume still under a million shares on IZEA, but we'll keep it on watch. Had a strong close on IZEA. There's your intraday chart right there. LLNW finally got up over $5, so I'll have this on watch. PED, if you like GBR, keep your eye on PED also. Now, there's no volume in this stock at all, but volume can always come in. So if PED can get up over that 255 spot on PED, and if it moves in sync with GBR, you might get a trade in PED. But once again, not a lot of volume in this stock right now. SESN turning up 2.3 million shares. The 100 SMA on SESN is at 211. So if it can clear that 211 spot, you might get a nice move up. SIG surprised the shorts today on their earnings. They beat big on their earnings, and they pushed this stock up. We'll be looking for a setup in that one tomorrow. SSC, like I said, we got a nice trade in this one today, so we'll be watching that one again. TIS, not a favorite, 600,000 shares traded, is trying to turn the corner here. Keep an eye on that one. TRVN, 2.9 million shares. Biotech name, 175 number up ahead on TRVN, getting back above the 200 SMA, the green line you see there. Also tomorrow now, if we're going to get some volatility and maybe some sell-off in the market, keep an eye on TZA. It's an inverse of the IWM. UVXY is the volatility play. You can play either UVXY or TIVX, either one of those, or you can go after the Qs with the SQQQ, or you can try SPXU. That's when the SPY moves down, the SPXU moves up. It's an inverse of that. Also the SDS. All right, so you might want to keep some of those on your watch for tomorrow if we do start getting some fade off in the market tomorrow. Like I said, UVXY for volatility, TIVX also, TVIX could be in play tomorrow too. Another name I'll be watching tomorrow that we got a beautiful trade in today. I'll be watching this VKTX again to see if it gets a continuation move on that name. Walmart holding up above the 5 EMA here, Walmart. So watching this one, maybe a possible swing trade. I don't know about tomorrow, but maybe next week on that one. And Yext, YEXT, getting slammed down, held this 24 area, and they're pushing it up a little bit off of that 24 area. I'll see if there's a trade in this for tomorrow. Another one you might want to keep an eye on is Electronic Arts. Got smashed down today. They're delaying one of their games, so that stock got you see this big volume, almost 20 million shares came into Electronic Arts. So maybe at some point tomorrow it might bounce. Might be one that you want to watch. They gapped it down. They were grinding it down all day today, but maybe tomorrow or maybe next week if you go by the 3-day rule. So if you don't trade it tomorrow, Monday, maybe Tuesday it starts to bounce. But I'll start watching it starting tomorrow on Electronic Arts. Some other names in that sector, ATVI. And then the other one is TTWO. So you might want to keep a watch on some of those names also. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This has been your stock watch list for Friday, the 31st of August. Hope everybody has a good day trading. Have a very nice weekend, everybody. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Markets are closed Monday.